Hi, this is Chris Dell with Morgantown Utility Board. I'm going to take you on a very quick tour of the Flegal Dam and Reservoir, the new reservoir on Coben Creek Road, just off the Kingwood Pike. In the view you are looking at, the drone is facing south. About 1 mile to the north, directly behind the drone, is I-68. In fact, if you drive I-68 west, just past the downtown exit, you can see the dam to your right. The 55-acre reservoir, comprised of water from Coben Creek and its tributaries, was constructed to provide Morgantown with a secondary water supply. The roughly 370 million gallons of water that comprise the reservoir can provide Morgantown with 30 to 33 days of raw water if the Monongahela River were to experience a contamination event and the reservoir was used exclusively. Before moving forward, I'll pause the flyover for a moment to point out a few things. The road on the far left is Coben Creek Road. This road was rerouted before dam construction began. The portion of the road that forks off and travels downhill toward the dam is the original route of the road. Just below and to the right of the original road surface is Coben Creek. During construction, it too was rerouted so that it flows beneath the reservoir. Coben Creek ultimately flows into the Monongahela River near a water treatment plant on Don Knox Boulevard. Moving forward a bit, the large concrete structure on the right is the spillway. At approximately 750 feet long and 100 feet wide, this structure required about 6,500 cubic yards of concrete. The purpose of the spillway is to direct overflows from the reservoir into Coben Creek. The black piles of material are road surface millings that the city of Morgantown will spread throughout the level area you can see. This will be made into a public parking area for various recreational opportunities. Just behind the piles of millings is the downstream slope of the earthen dam. From ground level, the dam is 74 feet in height, 90 feet from abutment to abutment, 20 feet wide at the crest, and 440 feet wide at the base. The design elevation is 1,069.5 feet above sea level. One of the really cool parts of this project is that the dam was constructed from material harvested from the site itself. Doing so not only made financial sense, but ecological sense as well. Flying over the reservoir, the structure on the left is the intake tower. Although it stands just 20 feet above the water level, the intake tower is actually 80 feet high. This brings us to another really cool part of this project. The entire 4-mile length of the raw water line is entirely gravity fed. This means that should a prolonged power outage occur, not only can water flow to the plant via this gravity fed pipeline, but the water treatment plant is equipped with a generator of sufficient capacity to power the plant. What's more, engineering the raw water pipeline to be gravity fed eliminates the carbon footprint that pumps would naturally impose. This is in keeping with MUB's strong history of environmental work. After all, it gets no greener than gravity. As the drone continues its flight, we move toward the backwater area, which provides an opportunity to discuss some other reservoir facts. Although the reservoir is not currently open to the public, the West Virginia Department of Natural Resources has completed 2 planned releases of fish into the water. The first occurred on September 21st, which included the introduction of 3,500 bait fish. The second release of fish came on October 20th with the introduction of about 24,000 bluegill of various sizes. Early next summer, bass will be introduced, and the following year, catfish and black crappie. The West Virginia DNR hopes to eventually get the reservoir on its regular monthly trout stocking list, but that's a bit off. Again, please remember that the reservoir is off limits to the public. It's extremely important that the fish have time to acclimate, mature, and reproduce. The drone now moves into the backwater area. The stones you see form a silt trap. To close out this video production, we'll do a quick reverse flyover from the backwater toward the dam. This direction provides a good view of the pristine nature of Coben Creek. The land under which the reservoir was constructed was actually purchased in 1960 for the purpose of building a reservoir. The reservoir itself is named after the water utility's first engineer named George Flegal. It is through his vision and those of the Water Commission Board, which was the predecessor of MUB, that made construction of the reservoir possible. In fact, I'll add that the sort of vision that led to the purchase of the land and ultimately the construction of the reservoir continues with MUB today. For example, the purchase of the former Dinsmore property next to our water treatment plant demonstrates our commitment to the future as well as our community. As we move toward the dam, at the top of the screen you'll see I-68. Part of constructing the raw water line that extends from the reservoir to the water treatment plant included boring beneath the freeway. We also bored beneath Greenback Road and Don Knotts Boulevard. This project is not just of enormous importance to our community today, it will provide raw water for generations to come. What's more, in partnership with the City of Morgantown and Bull Park, the reservoir will also serve the recreational needs of our community for decades into the future. This project would not have been possible without the commitment of our ratepayers. Thank you for entrusting us with the awesome responsibility of constructing the Flegal Dam and Reservoir. Your continued support positions the Morgantown area for success now and well into the future. If you have questions, please feel free to call us at 304-292-8443, or you can send an email to mubmail@mub.org. That's mubmail@mub.org. I hope this video assisted in your understanding of this vital Morgantown Utility Board project. Thank you.